Hey YouTube, it's Grace, and in this week's video I'm going to be making another one of the new Minecraft paintings. This is the reference image and I'm honestly not entirely sure what it is. It kind of looks like a guy riding a horse, but it also makes me think of like the wandering traders from Minecraft. So I'm not really sure what to title this video, but I guess I'll figure that out. I think this was the only new 1x2 that they added, and the last one I did, which was this one, was the only 1x1. So from here on out, the new paintings are going to be a lot more complicated than the prior ones. And if you didn't know, I actually make tutorials that you can download that I will have on my Etsy shop here. Of course, you can use this video as a tutorial and absolutely no pressure to ever buy anything from me. But if you would like to support me and if you need a more structured and detailed way to follow along and make these paintings for yourself, then those are there for you. But without further ado, let's get into it.
This is my reference image and this is the canvas I'll be using.
I just counted the pixels in the reference and it is 16 pixels wide and 32 pixels tall. So it's a pretty standard 2x1. The same one as like the Graham painting or like the dude painting or the sunset painting or the creeper painting. So this canvas is 12 by 24 inches. And the way that I figure out the size of each pixel for this canvas is I take the 12 inches divided by 16, which gives me 0.75. And then I take the 24 inches divided by 32, which also gives me 0.75. So each pixel is going to be 3/4 of an inch wide and tall.
I'll just be using my trusty ruler and this pencil to mark out the size of each pixel, and then I'll be using the ruler to connect all of the lines and make the grid. Now that I have finished drawing out the grid, I'm going to use a thin layer of this clear primer to seal in the pencil and keep it from smearing or mixing in with the paints when I actually get to painting. While I was waiting for this to dry, I decided to get a start on mixing the border color, which I always paint that first. And I came up with this, which I feel like is a pretty good match. And I used raw umber, titanium white, dark titanium white, violet, and permanent red. And I have people ask me pretty frequently, like, how do I know how to mix the colors and like how much do I add of each one? I have no idea how to answer that because I'm literally just guessing every single time I make a color. I think I've just had so much practice that I'm able to eyeball it pretty well, but I really don't have a method. I just kind of am able to look at the colors and see what colors make it up, if that makes sense. Now I actually need to let this fully dry before I do anything else, otherwise I am doomed to get paint all over the side of my hand, so I will see you in a few days probably. This has been drying for a few days and I finally have time to paint again, so here's the reference. I'm gonna do the top section, which is like the sky, which looks kind of like almost has a periwinkle tint to it. So I ended up mixing this by taking like a really light gray base and adding some white and light purple and this ultramarine color. Now that I have the sky filled in, I'm going to move on to some of the different shades of brown and black here. So I've moved on to filling in these kind of orangish brown colors, which normally I would use this as my base, but it is almost out and I haven't bought more. So I custom mixed this to be pretty close and I'm gonna use that. I couldn't tell you exactly how I made it, but I used a combination of the scarlet red color, white, yellow, and brown. Then for the lighter color, I just took my base color that I just mixed and added a little bit of light orange to it, or technically I guess it's called light coral. I just filled in a couple different shades of green and now I'm moving on to the more lilac colors down below. I decided to let this dry for a while, so it's the next morning now and I'm going to continue working on the different shades of lilac. I've pretty much finished the purples, though there is going to be one shade that's like blended between the purples and like a sandish color, but I need to mix the sandy-ish color, whatever, first. I used yellow, dark titanium white, and a tiny bit of scarlet to make this. Here's a bit of a progress update. I painted all the different shades of purple/lilac and then a few different shades of the sandish color. And then I mixed them 50-50 to get this purplish sandish color. I am most of the way done with the first coat at this point, which I'm pretty happy with. And I think next I'm going to do the darker purple shades here. I spent a little bit of time off camera filling in some random pixels that I missed, but we are officially done with the first coat, and I feel like compared to the reference, it's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to let this dry for a few hours and then come back to start on the second coat. All right, it has been a few hours and this is completely dry, so I'm gonna start on the second coat. And the point of this is just to make the paint more opaque, clean up the lines a bit, maybe adjust the colors a little, but not too much. I just finished the second coat. I made sure to do the border last, that way the inside line could be as clean as possible, but I'm really happy with how this is looking. So I'm gonna let it completely dry overnight and then come back tomorrow probably and do the details. Welcome back to the art studio, another day, and today I'm going to be finishing this painting. As I said yesterday, I'm just gonna be doing a few details, which are just blending colors. So for example, I'm gonna take this color and this color, mix them 50-50, and then kind of fill in the pixels around them to blend them out. I'll also do it in the sky area and then probably here as well. I think I might be done. I even added a little bit of detailing around the border. This is how it's looking when it's still wet, but I'm gonna wait for like the grand reveal until it's completely dry. And the grand reveal. Ta-da! I think this painting turned out so good. I think the colors turned out good. I think my lines turned out really clean. And I really like the blending details that I added. Here's a little bit of a close-up shot so you can see everything better. And here it is from further back so you can really see the big picture. If you would like to see a higher quality photo of this painting I just completed, or if you would like to see any of my other art that I've made, my Instagram is right here. It will also be linked in the description. I have tons of my art posted on there. But that just about concludes this video, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye!